Hey guys, welcome back. In this video we're making a simple red string sliding knot bracelet. This design has a single sliding knot which you can adjust your bracelet with. We've also placed a bead on, but that is optional. For our design today we're using 2mm satin nylon cord, and if you're placing a bead on, then the hole on your bead needs to be bigger than your thread size. So this is a 6mm bead with a 2mm hole. I find that cutting my thread on an angle makes it a lot easier to thread my bead on. So just placing your bead on if you're using one and sliding it down to the middle of your thread. Now with the ends of our cords pointing upwards, we lay the left side cord on top of the right side cord, making sure this bead is in this bottom loop. Now you'll notice too that this underneath cord coming across to the left is shorter, and we've got a bit more length on this top cord here. Now I readjust my left hand so that my left index finger runs parallel with that cord underneath. Now with this top cord we take it down the back and around our finger to form our first loop here. And then again down the back and around our finger for a second loop, and again for a third loop as well. So you should have 3 loops here and your little tail end piece. Now gently holding on to our loops while we remove them from our finger, and bringing our little tail end piece around and placing it down all 3 loops, pulling it out the right hand side and pulling that knot down nice and tight and tidy. Now you should have a fully functional sliding knot there. You can check it, make sure it's sliding okay. Then all you need to do is size your bracelet. So extending it to place it over your wrist, figuring out the biggest size it needs to be to fit over your wrist. Then you can tie a simple overhand knot on the end of each cord as a stopper knot, making sure your knots are sitting nice and evenly on each cord when the bracelet is pulled into the right size. Once you're happy with your knots, you can cut these tails off just outside the knots and singe them with a lighter so they don't fray.